We all know those anime series that have characters that are just way too overpowered, not to mention characters that can take people out with one single punch. Hey guys, it's Ara Ara Senpai here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 anime where the main character is strong from start and surprises everyone with his power. We're not going to include One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 in this list. Why, I mean, come on, those anime are way too popular and everyone already knows about them. At number 10 we have Mao-sama Retry. This anime is about Akira Ueno. He is just like any other isekai protagonist, forced into a game of his own making as a demon lord. When he meets a wounded girl running from a demon, he saves her. The two make an unlikely pair, but as they travel together, Aku sees that this threatening man is actually much more kind than he appears, and that's basically it for the plot. Over and over again. The demon lord Kunai meets even more women and they all have the same impression of him at first, but they soon come around and he manages to befriend them somehow. There's not much going on with this show in terms of story, as it is basically like every other harem isekai out there. However, this anime does seem to be able to poke fun at itself, making it more enjoyable to watch. Mao-sama Retry isn't anything too amazing to behold, though it does have a few unique elements, like the protagonist being able to switch to different avatars. All in all, this anime has the "it's so bad, it's good" kind of vibe, so take that as you will. Number 9, Kenja no Mago. The first thing you need to know is that Kenja no Mago is indeed a great isekai anime, but those who are new to this anime world. But for me, as an old member of anime world, this anime is just way too simple. A salaryman unexpectedly dies and is reborn into another world. Like many isekai animes, it's a world full of magic. The great sage Merlin happens to find this unnamed salaryman who was reincarnated as a baby. Merlin names him Shin Wolford and takes him home to raise him as his own grandson. Shin soaks up everything he and his makeshift family teaches him, including enchanting and sword fighting. So basically that means he's good at everything. For this anime, this is all I can say to you guys. Just kick back, grab some popcorn and don't think too hard. As for number 8, we have Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Death March follows Ichiro Suzuki, a 29-year-old video game programmer in the middle of a death march, which the manga defines as a period when coders work overtime and survive on caffeine. Suzuki takes a short nap after working many hours, only to find himself in the very game he's created. It's really exciting, entering a video game and going off on an adventure to fight bad guys and find treasure. Other characters in the series are women and some are very fond of him. Personally, I would almost call this a fantasy slice of life with a few episodes of action mixed in. Number 7, Seiken no Blacksmith. Cicely Campbell becomes a knight and she is totally useless, kinda like Sakura from Naruto. Cicely is all talk and she is saved by a blacksmith, Luke. She begs him to make a katana like his, and so the relationship begins. The story was like a deja vu, literally, but it shines. It makes you laugh, sometimes cry, and feel the feelings of the characters in the story. It wasn't repetitive nor boring, although sometimes the fillers can be disappointing. In each episode there is a part that has nothing to do with the actual plot either. It is at the beginning or the end, even so it's not boring or unbearable. It's not too great but not bad either. Number 6, Yuragi so no Yunasan. I know what you guys are thinking. This is an ichi harem anime. How the hell is this anime here? Don't forget about Fuyuzora Kogarashi, as he is an overpowered main character in this anime, who is also strong from the start. I just love this anime, and the girls of the anime are very cute too.
では次だどんどん行くぞおおさすがは世の言うなよ何を着せても可憐よのおほほおほおほ
そこまでです。
Alright, let's get back to the plot of this anime. Kogarashi is a hands-on psychic ever since the day he got possessed by an evil ghost. He rents a cheap room and he winds up at a haunted hot springs inn. Yuragi is a ghost who is bound to the room in which Kogarashi is staying. Their lives together begins and Kogarashi manages to start his new life at Yuragi Inn, and for those who love high school DD, this is a must-watch.
Number 5. Chrome-shelled Regias. It's time for some old anime. Leifon lives in a harsh world in the future where civilization has been pushed into traveling settlements. These giant spheres move ahead of the various destructive creatures that wander the wasteland outside. Exiled for a crime he committed long ago in the Academy city of Zulmi, Leifan is hoping to start a new life and forgets about his past but ends up once again on the battlefield he tried so hard to avoid. The beginning of the story was done pretty well and the middle is fun to watch but in the end is a little bit of a disappointment. They get you all excited about something that is about to happen for a couple of episodes but something happens causing the exciting event to suck or not even happen. Then in the ending I would recommend you to give the show at least a try to see if you like it, and if you have any doubts don't expect it to get any better, but don't worry there's some good stuff to keep you watching. Number 4. World Trigger. In Mikado City humans are overwhelmed at first when their weapons are found to be useless against neighbors until a mysterious organization appears that is able to repel the neighbors' attacks. The organization is called the National Defense Agency or Border and has appropriated the neighbor technology called triggers which allows the user to channel an internal energy called Tryon, and use it as a weapon or for other purposes. By activating a trigger the body of the users is replaced by a battle body made of Tryon, which is stronger and more resistant. Members of Border are divided into 3 ranks A, B and C, with only the members of rank A, possessing the most powerful triggers comparable in strength to those of neighbors. The story follows Yuma Kuga who transfers to 3rd Mikado City Middle School where he meets another boy who is a border agent. However it turns out that Yuma is actually a humanoid neighbor and his arrival signifies that not all is what it seems. In the war against the neighbors to be honest I was just looking for something to watch to pass the time until a new episode of my main anime came on but eventually this show became my main anime. Number 3. The Irregular at Magic High School. Watching a calm confident composed main character really is a breath of fresh air. A lot of people criticize this one because they feel that the main character is a little too powerful but I think it is nice to see it once in a while. The story is set in the year 2095 and follows 2 siblings Tatsuya and Miyuki Shiba who are enrolled in first high school. Based on enrollment test scores the brother becomes a Weed, a presumed low-achieving magician, while his little sister becomes a Bloom, a presumed high achiever in magic. However there's more to these 2 siblings than meets the eye. In school life at first high school will no longer be the same. This show was just, oh man. Whole thing watched in a day and I loved every episode and the badassery is just at the max. Lots of brother and sister complex jokes but it works and is actually really amusing. Number 2. The Chivalry of a Failed Knight. There exists few humans in this world with the ability to manipulate their souls to form powerful weapons, dubbed Blazers. These people study and train at the prestigious Hagon Academy to become Mage Knight. Among the students is the so-called failure Iki Kurage, the soul-affrated Blazer. However when the worst student in the academy sees Stella Vermilion, an A-ranked Blazer who also happens to be a princess naked, she challenges him to a duel with a dire stakes. The loser becomes the slave of the winner. There's no possible way that Stella can lose, right? The Chivalry of a Failed Knight follows the story of Iki as he tries to prove his strength to a world that believes him to be the weakest. All the while gaining new friends, wisdom and experience. This series is one of my favorites. Also, it is one of the better action-ichi romance comedy anime out there. It has a great story, likable characters and really dope fighting scenes. It is definitely worth the watch. It is another one of those anime people are wanting a season 2.
僕の家族になってほしい。
はい。私を一気のお嫁さんにしてください。
Number 1 Noblesse. The story of nobles mainly revolves around Katazetrama de Reizel, also known as Rei. He's the guardian of vampire nobles. After having 820 years of sleep, he's of the New World. The first half of the story mainly focuses on his high school life as he becomes friends with athletic teenagers Shinwoo, incredibly skilled martial artist, and Shinwoo's crush, Yuna. But in the second half the story becomes much more exciting as a number of new characters are introduced. What makes the story most enjoyable is the difference in abilities and personalities of the characters, as almost all of the characters are pretty unique and so are their abilities. The story itself is unpredictable as it's full of twists and turns apart from the series side of the story. There are many parts where you can't help but laugh. This is the best thing I've seen in such a long time, and it's such an interesting story for today, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. Comment your thoughts about this video. Well, it helps me to understand what part I need to improve next. Be sure to like this video, and if you loved it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Peace.